welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Don Gathley and Gino Fronti here with Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. We love this part of our week, every week, bringing you things that you really should know about real estate, finance, and way more. We've been doing this for over 8 years for a reason, because we like what we do, but our goal has always been to guide you to personal financial wellness. So we bring the best of the best and interview them on a regular basis.
And after 8 years, we finally get to jump into some really controversial subjects. Yeah. And today we've been talking about some controversial things, but there's always value found in these stories. And I think that's what we're going to go over this segment, is to say is, hey, even though there's some negative media right now about the colleges and universities and how people have cheated the system, that's happened for all time. I mean, what we're focusing in on the last 5 years or 10 years or whatever it is, come on, let's be realistic. That's happened since the beginning of universities ever started and this system got big.
Yeah, when does it always pop big and make news? Oh, celebrities involved.
Yeah. So
then it's news. Otherwise, if it's just Joe and Mary trying to get their kid in, nobody pays as much attention.
But what's really cool is that now we're going to talk about some of the value that's coming out of this, is to show that, hey, you don't have to be a part of those schools. You don't have to cheat the system. It comes from ignorance of not knowing that there's other great schools out there that can give you the same or better experience.
Nice tee up. So we have Robert Schwartz with Premier College Guidance, been on our show for years and years, an incredible expert, and he has great knowledge, great information, great lists, always bringing us nice lists, Rob, and he brings it to you quarterly if you want. He has these resources to help you basically do a lot of the homework for you and educate you in areas you don't know about, like Gino just astutely talked about, is that there are schools out there that maybe you don't know about that can be the right college for your child.
And guys, I think, one, well done, well stated.
Hey.
There's a ton of opportunity out there, and it comes down to, if you can get away from the idea of looking at the admission percentage and assuming that the lower the admission percentage, the better the school is, because you'll find that's a ridiculous notion. We're looking at college fit, and I know that's a popular term these days, but counselors like myself who've been doing this for a decade or more understand that there are students who could look at two very equal schools in terms of rank and realize they have absolutely nothing in common with one another. So are you looking for that engineering school with a hands-on opportunity? Are you looking for a large public university where you can blend in and they have 1 million majors and 1 million resources? They might be identically ranked, but they have very little in common with one another. My responsibility as a counselor is to help you figure that out, to ask the right questions in the right order, to then help you build those lists from scratch and then understand, how do you get in? What do these colleges want from you? What are they looking for to evaluate you? And we go through the process together. Now, you mentioned something important. Every single quarter, I provide this information through something called the College Knowledge Quarterly. Actually, I brought a copy with me. You can see it right here in my hands. This quarter it's a 12-page book. It's the largest it's ever been in 4 years of writing it. It is 100% free. If you want it, it's yours. All you have to do is ask for it. So remember earlier, I gave you a phone number, and I'm going to give it to you right now, 818-359-3779. I gave you an email address. I'm going to give it to you again. It's Rob, R-O-B, at premiercollegeguide.com. If you reach out to me via either of those medium and say, can you send me the CKQ? It's 3 letters, people. CKQ. Or the College Knowledge Quarterly. It's yours, it's free, it'll show up every 3 months in your inbox as a PDF. Done. It's your information. You deserve it. Have it.
Nicely done.
But you got to remember that it's CKQ.
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 Yes, it's not a vitamin.
It's not a venereal disease of any kind.
Yeah, it's very good for you. But what's cool is we've been doing this for a long time. We do a lot of different shows. We do a lot of different presentations. We're guest experts in a lot of different things. Putting something like this together, Rob, is a lot of effort. I mean, that's hours and hours and hours, days. I'm going to say days, because I know how hard it is with all the work we put together just to prepare for these shows and our videos and our daily video blog. This is great for him. But also I will preface, because a lot of people will regurgitate information or throw just stuff on paper. Rob, you always, and that's why we love you coming back to our show on a regular basis, and this is truthfully not butter in your buns, but you always bring really great information and information that people don't know about on a regular basis. And that's the key. Anybody can look up the standard info. What's the rankings of the colleges? Blah, blah, blah. You bring up stuff they should know and don't know that will potentially change their child's or their grandchild's lives or their lives, because maybe the adults are like, okay, I guess I'll get Susie into that school and we'll be broke for the rest of our life. Or did you know that there's a school that Susie can get into that maybe won't cost you hardly anything and has better qualities for them or for their future and maybe a better experience for them?
What are the things that no one ever hears? You've saved too much for college.
It's pretty rare. It is pretty rare. I can say I've had a couple of people in the past few weeks who've actually said, we have so much money, we can go anywhere we want. And I'm like, gee, that's really tough. Wow. Good for you. But for the 99% of us out there who really worry and should be worried about how to afford college, you need to do your homework in this vein. Strangely enough, and no, he didn't tee me up on this, I just started writing the CKQ for the next 3 months. Literally just started it this morning. The first and only article I have written is on 15 schools that are bargains, that are out-of-state public schools that Californians can get into.
You've shared that a lot. I shared with one of our almost family members where she was brilliant. Literally could have pretty much gone anywhere, but the parents are like, ooh, yeah, well, modest income. They can't send her to, like a Stanford. You're hoping they get a free ride. Not everybody's getting a free ride to a Stanford or whatever. So they went and did some research. They're really serious. They drove her around different colleges, and she pays 1 penny a year to go to, I think, Iowa University, and absolutely got a killer education in the field she wanted, found a field she didn't even know she wanted, and loves it, and had an incredible experience. And it cost the parents nothing. And
that's the dream scenario.
And I know that their daughter is not like, you just got away with murder. No, she's like, thank you. That was a great experience.
And if she wants to go to graduate school, she's got all that money available. And that,
boom.
At that point in time, guys, then I would tell you the strategy actually does change. The rankings actually do matter when it comes to graduate school. But I'm not going to tell you why right now, because this show would go on forever.
All right, leave that for another time. Let's get to the list.
Okay, so I promised a list. I have a section in the College Knowledge Quarterly called Listworthy. It is.
Is that for us?
Well, I mean, as
Just
far as
call
you
it
know,
the Don and Gino section.
it could be the Don and Gino section, but there'd be probably some naming rights and a small, fee
Franchise
associated
fee.
with that.
Yeah, small franchise.
So this quarter's Listworthy is called America's Best Colleges That Admit Half or More of the Applicant Pool. There are 30 schools on this list, and I guarantee you I could have put 30 more. But I had to start somewhere and I had to stop somewhere. So I'm going to give you some of my particular favorites from the list.
Shocking when I saw them.
Really?
There's some of the names on there?
You're surprised that they're here because they admit so many students?
Yes.
Okay, so I listed them in alphabetical order. This is not a ranked order of any kind, and you'll come to find that I don't believe in ranking systems. They're generally pretty stupid. But I'll give you an alphabetical list.
Or not correct.
Right, for many different reasons. Because you're an individual, and college rankings are based on hundreds or thousands of different values and factors. Which ones do you care about changes your rank and perspective.
What was that thing they said about pilots once, where they tried to build a plane built to the average size of a pilot so that they wouldn't have to customize all the cabins, and no one fits in it because it was just an average?
That's a little terrifying when the pilot can't get comfortable.
About military jets and stuff like that, not like, not
Yeah, 'cause those don't-
not 737 Maxes.
Yeah, but $1 billion a plane.
Threw that out there.
Let's not make the cockpit comfortable for the pilot. That seems like a terrible idea. The list. So I picked out some just to share with you. In alphabetical order, Auburn University in Alabama.
Sounds good to me.
They admit almost 80% of the students who apply.
Wow.
Auburn, and very high academic standards.
You think?
I do.
And their sports are off the charts.
They're fantastic. An SEC school, can't go wrong. Brigham Young University, for our Mormon friends, our Latter-day Saints, if you ask them what schools you're considering, if BYU isn't on the list, they're not actually Mormon.
That's a true statement.
Hey,
Just saying.
prove me wrong. Clarkson University in upstate New York, I think, is a sleeper school. Not everyone knows it, but it is a fantastic school, excellent business program.
It's cold.
It is cold, granted. Another SEC, ACC school, Clemson University in South Carolina.
It's a great name.
Again, you know, we're talking about championship caliber football going on there. South Carolina is a very desirable place to be. Drexel University in Pennsylvania. Similarly sized to USC, Urban Philadelphia, one of the best co-op programs in the United States. If you want a 5-year program where you will graduate with a year or more of experience, and so you don't have to simply slide over your resume and say, well, this is where I went to school. You can say, I've been working for a year or more. You're going to get hired.
And that you said that we talked about that. We had a separate show on that.
Yeah.
You said, hey, this is the new thing, is getting this co-op work.
It's a
It
big
would
deal.
change because we do a lot of hiring. You know, I have almost 100 employees. I guarantee someone says, and see, I graduated from here, I want to become a lender, versus I've worked at this lending company for a year or two.
While I was in school.
While I went to school, I'm like, no, it's not even a question.
It's a no-brainer.
It's a no-brainer.
Right.
It's not even, I'm like, I feel that if they're sticking with whatever they just went.
So you've been doing it for a year and you still like it. That's cool.
Yeah, it's imperative, yeah.
And they admit 67% of the students who apply.
Wow. Even you can get in, Gino.
Maybe. He might have to be that $15,000 to buy the SAT thing.
Oh. I'm
not
good
a
at
lot.
testing. I'm worried about the rest of the stuff.
All right. Indiana University, Bloomington. Go Hoosiers. Another school with a great reputation, one of the top 5 business programs in the United States.
These are big dogs.
Let's dial it down. How about Kalamazoo College? K College, as they like to call themselves. They're one of the most creative, inventive schools in the nation. Tremendous reputation, and admit more than 65% of the students who apply. Michigan State, another powerhouse, Big Ten school, great resources. Similarly, Penn State and Purdue also on this list, above 50% admission. Considered the top undergraduate engineering school in the United States. It's not Caltech, it's not Harvey Mudd, it's not MIT.
No.
Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology in Terre Haute, Indiana, admitting about 60% of the students who apply.
So can I stop you right there real
You can.
quick? Because I was in Arizona and at a dragon boating festival, and which nobody knows
If I
what
had
the
a
hell
dime
that
every
is.
time I heard that.
Yeah. And I saw ASU. Oh my God, what a campus. Gorgeous, huge, massive sports facilities. I mean, it is a serious, serious college, and I had no idea. I had no idea how giant. I mean, square blocks.
It's the
woke you
largest
up?
undergraduate school in the United States.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've got like 5 campuses.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Yeah, it's a fantastic school, and their
Outside of
admission,
Phoenix.
Tempe, yeah.
Yeah, Tempe, yeah,
and
exactly.
they're admitting somewhere around 85% of the students who apply.
Yeah.
Wow.
Almost everyone, because it's 132 degrees there in summer. but-
Yeah, yeah, that's
You're
true.
on spring break down. You're on summer break by then.
I know, but it was beautiful, guys. I was
Or
shocked.
you're a chicken McNugget.
Yeah.
Either way. Santa Clara, Northern California, one of my favorite schools in the state of California, admits more than 50% of the students who apply. For those of you interested in the tech industry, Santa Clara University is in Santa Clara, which is, that 12-mile stretch of the best tech companies on your home planet Earth. You should look into it. Texas A&M is on that list.
Oh, wow.
University of Denver, University of Colorado Boulder. The only negative thing I got to say about Boulder is they're not financially generous. It's expensive if you want to come from California to go there.
Everything we
Yes.
talk about Boulder is expensive.
That's what I would. I
Really
think that's
pricey.
probably one of the places I was looking at.
University of Georgia, the aforementioned University of Iowa,
Yeah.
nearly 80% admission. A couple from our home state, University of San Diego, not UC, the University of San Diego and the University of San Francisco, both private institutions. Virginia Tech.
Oh, well.
Not a big
So
team, yeah.
that's just scratching the surface, guys. There's more schools on this list that I didn't give you. Call that an incentive to reach out to me and get the rest of the list, along with all of the CKQ has to offer you.
All right.
All right.
Rob Schwartz, always adding value to our show, adding value to you. One of the most important topics I think we go over a lot is college planning, because if it's not your child, it's your grandchild, it's somebody you know. There's no way you don't know somebody who's stressing out over their child's direction in college, how they're going to pay for it, where they're going to go, why they want to go, timing, all that great information can be provided you by Robert Schwartz with Premier College Guidance. How can they get a hold of you, buddy?
Email me, rob@premiercollegeguide.com, or call me, text me, 818-359-3779.
Rob, thank you for coming on all the time and helping us actually with our goal to guide you to personal and financial wellness. I can't think of another subject that actually fits both of those any better. I know that we all want great things for our children, we all want great things for our grandchildren, and college is one of those things that has a significant financial impact on retirements and households, and you help reduce stress and make sure that people have the best plan in place.
And I can't thank you for the opportunity to have the platform to share it with families. Now all I need you guys to do watching at home or listening is to take advantage of the opportunity.
Nice. And you make me want to go back to college.
I want to go back to college.
I know, all these great opportunities I did not know about. If had I known, I would have definitely thought differently of where I went to college. Cal State Northridge is a great school, but I would have looked at other options possibly. So thank you, Rob, for enlightening us and being a good friend and being an integral part of our show.
I'm honored. Thank you.
Hopefully you enjoyed our show today. You can find hundreds, if not over 1,000 of these now on our YouTube channel. Go to donandgino.com. Check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's great information. Check out our daily video blog and what's really happening in the real estate and financial world with the National Real Estate Cafe, NRE.com. NREcafe.com, and Rod's part of our resource group called America's Professional Resource Group, APRGI.com. I believe we have some resources from you, so this is a valuable resource. Make sure you tune on a regular basis. Again, donandgino.com.